Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Conservative American Perspective. I'm going to be your guest host for today. My name is Dr. Sheikh, and if we got a story for you folks, as you saw there in the beginning, this is about Hunter Biden's laptop. That's right, folks. The laptop that just keeps giving and giving and giving. And finally, it's giving us what? The laptop from hell. Folks, CBS, the Central Broadcasting System, right? State-controlled broadcasting system finally says, hey, everything about it is true. There was no illusion, there was no delusion, there was no collusion. It's the real deal. Wow. Central Broadcasting System, state-controlled CBS. Thank you for pointing that out. Why didn't you do that prior to the 2020 election? No, you were hiding it just like all the alphabet media cartel networks were doing. That's exactly what was going on. But folks, we're going to play that clip from CBS, and you've got to hear it to believe it, folks. So I'm going to give you my reaction to it as we play it. And if this is the first time that you've been here on the show, we certainly appreciate if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And without further ado, let's dive right in and let's catch that video and our reaction to it.
And as Republicans take control of the House, Hunter Biden, the president's son, will be a target for investigations. And that means data from a laptop purported to belong to...
Okay, stop right there. Finally, the Republicans are going to do something. This is exactly what they need to do, folks. They need to go after the Biden crime family. They need to go after Hunter Biden. They need to go after Joe Biden. They need to do the subpoenas. They need to do every single thing. Now, this story, as we said before, it's not an illusion, it's not a delusion, it's not a collusion. This is the real deal. Not like that fake Ukrainian crap, okay, that they were peddling on President Trump, not on all the other stuff that was going on, we talked about, not on the Russian collusion, delusion, deal that they were trying to, for 3 years, 4 years. I mean, they just went after the president, after his son, after everybody within the family, outside the family, his associates, his friends, and for what? Spending millions and millions of dollars and nothing coming of it because it was a fake story. But the real story, the media buried it. The government buried it. And right now they said, this is brand new. CBS obtains laptop data purportedly belonging, again, purportedly. It does. The guy, Mac Isaac, if CBS wanted to, he would have been glad to give it. He called all the media outlets. Nobody wanted this stuff. Let's continue on.
Biden could be crucial to the investigatory process. CBS News has obtained its data not through a third party or political operative, but directly from the source who told us.
Not through a political operative, not through a third party, but directly from the source, right? Mac Isaac of Mac's, I think it was his repair shop, that now has had to close down because of this. So here, all of a sudden, they just got it from him. They couldn't have asked him 2 years ago when he was begging people for it. I mean, these people have some chutzpah. They really do. Let's continue on.
They provided it to the FBI under subpoena. And we commissioned an independent forensic review to determine...
Oh my goodness. OMG, OMG, OMG. They commissioned. Wow. CBS, Controlled Broadcasting System, State-Controlled Broadcasting System. You guys commissioned. You commissioned an investigation. Congratulations for commissioning an investigation that nobody really wanted to do, but you guys had the foresight to say, you know what? Let's have an investigation into this laptop.
Its authenticity. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge joins us now with what we found.
Catherine Herridge, another hack, folks. I mean, I thought there was some reporting that this lady has done, but she has just turned into a corporate shill, a corporate hack for the cartel media that's out there. And now she's purporting to report the story as if she just discovered this all by her lonesome, that this just happened to fall into her lap. Let's hear what Catherine has to say about this story that she just broke for the very first time ever in the history of the world. I mean, nobody knew about this before, but Catherine Harris from Controlled Broadcasting Systems, she's bringing it to the United States and to the world as well. Let's listen to Catherine.
Catherine, I'm very interested. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my goodness. The guy's interested. He's there with bated breath, right? Bated breath. He's so interested. Well, you know what? So are we. So am I. Let's see what CH has to say.
Good morning, Tony. These House Republican investigations are coming, and that could be a challenge for the White House as we head into 2023 and 2024. The laptop data we had analyzed showed no evidence it was faked or tampered with.
Oh wow, all of a sudden no idea right now. CBS, right? CBS. CBS says no tampering. It's the real deal. Wow, what would we do without the Controlled Broadcasting System, State Controlled Broadcasting System CBS? If they didn't put the news out there, we'd be lost.
Digital forensic investigator Mark Lanterman was previously a member of a Secret Service electronic crimes task force.
There was one thing that got my attention, and that was a voicemail.
Dad, I called and tell you I love you. I love you more than the whole world, pal.
Oh, it's the big guy. I love you more than the whole world, pal. That's President Biden wishing his son well. Nothing wrong with that. A father wants to wish his son well. But this guy finally, CBS takes it to a forensic expert now in 2022. These guys weren't around in 2020 when this was all there prior to the election. These guys couldn't be found. These are the only two people in the world. This is the only company in the world that was able to verify the authenticity of this. And he says the authenticity is because of what? A father talking to his son, the President Biden, the president, Joe Biden, the big guy, the big H, the big G, the guy who gets 10% of everything. He finally says, that's the reason why this is authentic. Oh, and this wasn't available at all before. No. CBS finds it out.
Gotta get some help.
That voicemail, apparently from Joe Biden during his son Hunter's drug addiction, is one of many findings Lanterman used to authenticate what is believed to be Hunter Biden's laptop data.
You're confident, based on your analysis, this is Hunter Biden's data and that it's real?
Yes.
This Delaware computer shop is where
That's the shop where Hunter Biden dropped the laptop off, forgot about it, and after 90 days, guess what? The property, belongs to the owner anymore. They've given it up.
the laptop's backstory begins. Their records indicate in April 2019, Hunter Biden took his laptop in for repair, but never paid. After 90 days, the store considered it abandoned. Then in December 2019, the FBI subpoenaed the store's owner to turn over the computer. And
here's a good question. How many times does the FBI go to a small town computer repair shop and give subpoena papers to get back a hard drive or a laptop? Think about that while you watch the rest of this. How many times do you think that's happened in the history of small computer repair shops around the United States?
a portable drive of its data.
Whatever happened to Hunter?
During the 2020 election, versions were widely shared by Republican operatives, including Rudy Giuliani.
And every single one of these guys, Rudy Giuliani, all the others that were out there, were all vilified by the cartel media. The whole narrative was against him, that this was Russian disinformation. Remember all the people that were coming on MSLSD and the Never Been Conservative NBC and the Alternative Broadcasting Corporation ABC? Every single one of them was out there peddling disinformation, misinformation, that this was all a Russian plant. This was all Russian conspiracy. They were going back to the old story, Russia, Russia, Russia.
We have the entire hard drive.
But questions were raised about whether additional files were added to those versions. Then candidate Biden labeled the laptop controversy disinformation.
What this he's accusing me of is a Russian plant.
CBS News approached the lawyer for the computer repair shop owner to cut through the noise.
We've always had.
Oh, so now deciding, okay, CBS decides to cut through the noise and goes to the lawyer of the person who owned the computer repair shop. They couldn't have got this lawyer before. He was It was trying to get on the news all the time to try to get this information out. Nobody was listening. I mean, as far as a media cartel out there, they weren't listening. The alphabet media, they weren't listening. We were listening. We were putting this stuff out there. It was being put out there on the internet, on any social media platforms, but it wasn't on the mainstream media. No siree, Bob.
One clean copy.
And obtained a copy of what he says they provided the FBI under subpoena. Then we went to Minneapolis for an independent analysis.
Were you paid by
Then they went to an independent analysis 2.5 years later. Right on time, CBS.
CBS or anyone else to analyze the data?
No. I wouldn't want anyone to think that someone bought our opinion.
Around the corner, it'll lead you to what we call our imaging room.
Lanterman and his son, Sean, both digital forensic experts, recovered images of credit cards, a driver's license, social security number.
Just the sheer volume of what we're dealing with, it would be difficult, if not impossible, to fabricate.
And explained how files built up over years.
It accumulated over time, which is consistent with normal, everyday use of a computer.
There's some reporting about folders being added.
We have read these articles. We don't see that. So I believe that that's because we have a more pristine copy.
The laptop and its contents have fueled Republican interest in Hunter Biden's business ventures.
Hunter Biden was working with Chinese nationals.
They say this May 2017 email outlining a proposed business deal with a Chinese energy firm is one reason why they have questions about whether President Biden benefited.
We're prepared to subpoena Hunter Biden. We would certainly hope that he would want to come before the committee and clear his name.
Two of Hunter Biden's former business partners, including Tony Bobulinski, who received the email, told CBS News the 10 held by H for the big guy is shorthand.
Stop that. There it is. The $10,000 or 10% held by Hunter for the big guy. Who's the big guy? President Biden. Remember when we were given all that information that the Chinese gave like $3 million to Hunter Biden to go shopping? I guess it was on a shopping spree. Then Burisma Holdings, a Ukrainian energy company, he was a partner or one of the, I don't know, he was given some title in there and he was getting like $183,000 or $83,000 or some unbelievable amount of money each month for doing nothing. Then remember when he flew on Air Force 2 to China with his father 1 week before with one of his partners, and the next thing you know, he gets a venture capital $1 billion from the Chinese to start, from the Chinese bank to start a venture capital business when he and his partner have no idea about venture capital in real estate or nothing like that. And every one of those stories was basically put down as just sheer propaganda, sheer Russian and Chinese disinformation. Well, now it's all coming to the top. It was already at the top, but now all of a sudden CBS has said, yeah, I guess it was real. Sorry about that. We're figuring it out right now.
And for 10% held by Hunter for his father. After the email became public in 2020, the author of the email told the Wall Street Journal Joe Biden was not involved. The author has not responded to CBS News' questions. Mr. Biden has consistently denied knowledge of his son's work or financially benefiting from it.
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business.
Last month, Senator Chuck Grassley wrote this letter alleging bank records and financial data showed that Hunter Biden and the president's brother profited from a $5 million wire from a company connected to CEFC, the Chinese energy firm.
They're going to look at every part of the Joe Biden administration.
Doug High is a Republican strategist.
A lot of this is also going to be aggressive on Hunter specifically. We're going to hear a lot about the laptop. Who profited? Was the law broken? Was it not broken?
After 2 years of scrutiny, the laptop has not produced evidence President Biden directly benefited from his son's business deals.
If there's dirt there, that will dirty him up. If not, those attacks can backfire.
The White House declined to comment. Hunter's lawyer did not address our specific questions about the data or the CBS forensic review, but said there have been multiple attempts to hack, infect, distort, and peddle misinformation regarding Mr. Biden's devices and data. And at no time did any individual, including the IT repair shop owner, Mr. McIsaac, have Mr. Biden's consent to access his computer data or share it with others.
He didn't need his consent. It was left there 90 days afterwards. It was their property. He could do whatever the hell he wanted with it, okay? Again, this is the media trying to, spin that narrative that this is all a bunch of garbage, it's all a bunch of BS, that there's nothing truthful about it, the murky waters here, that, okay, it's his laptop, but they didn't have access, they didn't have the right to access it, so therefore they found this information, but it can't really be used. So all this stuff is going on. That's what's happening here, folks. It's really shameful and disgusting, but that's exactly what the media does now. They're holding water for the Democratic National Party, the Democratic Party, the Democrats, the liberals, the leftists, the progressives. That's what they do now, folks. We know that. They're the ones that control the narrative. That's what they're trying to do here.
The lawyer also referred us to Hunter Biden's memoir, where the president's son slammed the despicable opposition that purported to have a laptop belonging to him.
Well, so there you have it, folks. Hope you enjoyed that reaction video. I had a blast. I absolutely had a blast because it's just so funny that how these guys, it's so hypocritical. It's so out in the open right now. They're basically throw it in our faces. And what we've got to do basically is throw it right back into their faces, folks. We've got to basically utilize everything that we have in terms of our power of speaking. We got to speak out against this. We got to let them know. We point out the hypocrisy. We point out the double standard. We point that out. We continue to point it out. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we certainly appreciate you taking the time here to watch us on the Conservative American Perspective. That was our perspective on the Biden laptop from hell. Folks, thanks for watching. I've been your guest host for this show. My name is Dr. Sheikh, and I'll leave you with the final thought. And that is, when you're right, you're right. And we were right about the laptop. And when you're left, what were they? They were wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.